We got more classic rock and roll coming up right here on Y-103. Oh, and Elton John and Smokin Bill and Mr. Sports, Powers Auditorium CD release party for Glass Harp.
Smoke, a quality time hanging out with you this afternoon after the morning show. This is great.
It is great. We haven't done this for a while.
What a thrill it's been. I mean, this reminds me of our old days. Smoke and I used to work a morning show together at another radio station no longer exists back in 1989.
Is it that long ago?
It's been that long, yeah.
And I tried to get away from you.
And look, I resurfaced at another place.
I know.
Hey, you know, the big show with Glass Harp today is the CD release of Strings Attached, and man, we have a nice steady crowd out here at Powers Auditorium. And you still have until 4 o'clock, a little over an hour and a half to get by here and pick up your signed autographed copy and meet the band. All 3 members are here.
Right.
And Phil created quite a fanfare when he got out of his vehicle and walked in here. People were just like mobbing him. Phil Keggy coming all the way into town. And the show is going to be July 1st, the next show at Standby, and I know you're excited about that.
Absolutely. And you know, the funny part about it, I remember when they put on the first show, and when they walked up to, you know, Phil, John, and Dan, and, you know, a couple of people in the symphony, and if they had sheet music, and it's like, wait a minute, these guys don't read music. And we have Jeff Brummer here.
Yeah, he's the guy that does.
And he actually, you were like the translator for him.
Right. I talked to John and Dan early on about a year ago, and they needed some music for the symphony player, so I started organizing it. So eventually they gave me a couple CDs from the original album, and I went to work transcribing it with the help of a couple friends here and there, and then got together with Johnny later on. We sat down at his computer and started writing it out for classical musicians and conducting kind of people to read. And so it was a challenge. It was a lot of things. We compared it to the original and tried to, you know, make it sound like the original, so to speak.
Well, if it wasn't for you, Jeff, it would have never happened between the symphony and Glass Harp. And they're very, very, very talented musicians, and I need not tell you that. A lot of musicians that are talented don't read music.
Oh, it was great just working with the guys all as a group, man. I being a fan of theirs for years myself, it was a pleasure working with these guys close up, and then hearing the music come to life back in October when we did it, and, you know, and again here coming up in a couple weeks. So.
Right, and Jeff, I think this is a fair question, given your field of expertise. What were your personal highlights from the show back in October?
My personal highlights was just hearing Phil and the Glass Harp play themselves, even with the entourage was a thrill in itself, and seeing these guys perform again and being backstage with them, and then when they had the strings in and the rest of the symphony in, it was quite an exhilaration.
They're just a fantastic group, and I've said that more than one time, and I've heard them, it spans probably 30 years, and they're just terrific guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're still terrific guys, too, man. It's real down-to-earth people when you get to know them, and, you know, just hang out and did our business together, and, you know, and it's wonderful that they're able to reach so many people and still keep the thing going.
And I know they spoke very, very highly of you.
Oh, well, me of them also, you know, each one of them is you know, so the group as a whole is what makes it. I mean, they're all nice guys, but something about them is wonderful.
Jeff, you've known me for a good 15 minutes now. You speak highly of me.
Oh, you're doing okay here, you know, it's not bad.
That's the best I can do for you.
Yeah, normally it doesn't take that long for people to form an opinion with.
Yeah, you know, our buddy Neil Williams here, biggest Glass Harp fan I know, he's taking all the action on the video camera, and Neil was one guy, I mean, he would continuously update us each and every day about the countdown to the Glass Harp show in October. And sometimes you almost have to pinch yourself to think that this really happened. Did this really happen? We really got Glass Harp back together again, because they were such a phenomenon in Youngstown when they debuted back in the 1970 year. They got the Decca records, which from Youngstown was no easy accomplishment.
Actually, it was in the 60s.
Yeah.
Late 60s.
Well, late 60s, and then Synergy and Makes Me Glad, and of course the self-titled Glass Harp album. Or 3 huge albums they put out for Decca. Anybody that knows about this, in fact, it's kind of neat to see people bring the original albums and get those signed. They've got them in mint condition. Those go for a pretty good penny, especially if you can have one signed today.
And you really don't see albums anymore. That's a thing of the past.
It's fascinating to see all this stuff they're bringing in from us. You know, the crowd's just filtering in here right now. People listening to us on the radio as we speak. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Hold the radio to their ears.
But you have until 4 o'clock. And also, I do want to mention their concert's July 1st. Some people think it's sold out. There are still some tickets available, so you can still get tickets. That's July 1st. Standby Auditorium. You can get get your tickets here at Powers Auditorium, also at Standby.
Now, people have asked me, Smoke, about this brand new CD, Strings Attached. Can you buy it in stores? All right, now we know that it's glassharp.net. It's their website for the band. You can definitely get them here today. I'm sure they're going to have them available at the July 1st show at Standby. Can you buy them in stores? And I guess, Neil, you'd be the guy to ask.
Local area. Local area. They'll be in stores.
Locally in stores.
Yeah, and you'll be. I think Smoke. You'll be talking to the guys in a little bit after the line goes down a bit, and I think Daniel will probably have more information on where you can get the album, and it's awesome, especially that first track, that very first track.
You know, I kind of favor that first track myself.
People are requesting, you know, it's strange enough as biggest changes in children's fantasy and Can You See Me? They want to hear that Smokin' Bill introduction, I think, more than anything else.
I'm still honored that they put that on.
Yeah, that is really nice. And again, Smoke has been out here along with myself for a while. I'm getting ready to take off. I'm taking my little guy to the Indians game tonight. Smoke is going to bring by Phil, Dan, and Johnny. They're going to sit at the table, and he's going to be interviewing them throughout the next hour and a half right here.
As soon as they get a break. I mean, it's been constant all afternoon, but you still can come down here. It's not a long wait, and you'll get to meet all the guys.
Can you see?
We'll have more classic rock and roll coming up on Y-103.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Pete, Jeff.
Okay, see you guys later.
Y-103, classic rock and roll and Smokin Bill, Powers Auditorium. A CD release party going on with Glass Harp. We've been here all afternoon long. Actually, they ran out of CDs, but they started giving out vouchers that they're still going to sign them and send them out to people. And with me, Phil Kagi. How are you today, Phil?
Well, I'm doing pretty well. A little toasty on the edges, a little crispy.
And you just got in, like around what, 12:30, something like that?
Yeah, I got in about 12:30 here, arrived at the Powers Auditorium, got up about 5:30 this morning in Nashville to make our flight, and then our flight was postponed like an hour. We had to find another airline to get us here. That's my road manager and myself, Ryan and myself. And so, but we made it, we found our way downtown.
And you made it here.
It's just like going down memory lane, you know, over the Main Street, Market Street Bridge. And I got to see some of my family here. A lot of friends that showed up. It's great to see everyone who came. So
It's been a steady line of people. Well, actually, I got here before noon and there were people here. You got a lot of fans, as I said, that love you, love the Glass Harp. It's just unbelievable.
it's greatly appreciated. You know, you can't really beat your hometown.
No.
You know, I know I live in Nashville, and Daniel and John and I played down there in Nashville at a place called Seattle. It's just a coffee house, and we did 3 shows there. One at 4:30, 6:30, and 9. And they were able to squeeze about 150 people in per show. But we do it big up here in Youngstown. We had 3,000 folks turning out.
It was very big. And the CD, like I said, I've listened to it. It is just great. It brings back memories of that night, which was magical as far as I'm concerned.
It was a special evening.
It was
really
very special. And to see you guys together for the first time in your hometown. And that's why so badly we wanted you guys back together to do this. And I know I didn't have to tell you how many people here wanted you back together because the whole place was filled.
It was filled. It was a beautiful auditorium. And the atmosphere was there was a lot of smiles and faces.
Oh, without a doubt.
A lot of joy, a lot of love in the building, the auditorium.
And just like today, now I've watched this line of people and I've talked to people periodically through the whole afternoon. They brought pictures in, as you and I were talking about, 1960. When you and I mean, it's just, it's unbelievable.
You know, it's interesting, Smokin Bill, I saw this picture. I had a picture of me with my 1968 Les Paul Custom black and white. John and I had just started the band, Glass Harp, with Steve Markland.
Right.
Custom too. Still playing, I think, somewhere in the Warren, and maybe Packard, I don't know where it was. And but the drum set was from the Poppy.
Yeah, I've seen that on there.
Yeah.
You could only see part of it.
That's right. And of course, I look like something I don't know. It was scary. I don't know. The outfits we wore in those days. But my name to my kids. Of course, they call me Pops now. They're girls now.
Yeah.
But I love it.
It's great. And to see some of them, I know that the younger people mentioned albums, but people have been bringing albums, the Glass Harp albums in here for you to sign.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I'm glad that Youngstown's going to be stocking this Strings Attached, the Youngstown Symphony album. The folks who have heard it have told me they really like the way it turned out. I think it came out really beautiful. And many thanks to Isaiah Jackson, Jeff Bremer, and all the musicians who were part of it. You guys are on the album too, you know.
Yes, I do. And as I said, that track 1 is fairly good.
Track 1 is it's one of the highlights of the album.
But honestly, it was an honor for you to put it on there, and I told you that. I mean, it was an honor for me that you put it on there, and I really appreciate that.
Well, like I said, this is the best rock station I've ever heard in the whole country. I've been around this country a lot. And you play tasty music.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. And you have a concert coming up here July 1st.
Yep, that's right.
And it's Smokin Auditorium. You can get your tickets. There's still some tickets available. You can get them here at Powers. You can get them at Ticketmaster.com. And like I said, I wouldn't wait around because people do that. A lot of people I talked to today thought the concert was sold out. And I said, no, there's still tickets available.
Still tickets available, and I should probably mention to my brother Bill out there who lives in Indiana that Carolyn is sending to you your tickets for your family. So I just want you to know it's in the mail. Tickets in the mail.
But the CD is just great. It's a double album CD, 26 songs on it, and there's not a bad one amongst them. I mean, I've listened to it. It's great. And each time, you know, no matter what Glass Harp album, I'll date myself, album or whatever you listen to, it just brings back so many good, fond memories. And I'm so happy that you got to come back into your hometown and bring this back to the people. I mean, this is where it all started.
Yeah, I'm glad we could bring it back to Youngstown, come back to Youngstown in July 1st and also August 11th, I believe.
Right.
But it's really a kick that 30 years later, here we are, pretty much sounding just like we did all those many years ago. It's sort of flabbergasting, if that's the right word. I'm not sure. I might try another word here in a moment. But the thing is, it's the Lord who is the good Lord above, who's really kept our hearts alive with love and song and our families, you know, our friends. And it's really the goodness of God that really has I think, sustained us all. Even though we've lived separately, you know, I've been in California and Tennessee. I love Daniel and John, and my brothers and my mates. I think that's why when we came together to do this concert last October, it flowed so naturally.
Right.
And one of the other things I think that kind of helped us out a little bit is just kind of a funny observation that you've got to understand about 3 hours sleep last night. Is that we didn't have these mega hits that we had to run to. So it's pretty easy. It's easy. It's like slipping into an old slipper. That's how the music felt to me for the most part. Even though I quite a sweat, doing numbers a long time. So anyway.
But it was just like you guys played like the week before. I mean, it was like it went from 1970 to 2001 without missing a beat.
Pretty close.
I mean,
1971 to 2000.
2000, okay.
Wait, 1972. There we go.
72. Let's go 72.
All right. We're dating ourselves.
Yes. Okay, it was a few years ago, but it was still like not. And I'm telling you from a listener standpoint, it was like you didn't miss a beat. I mean, it was like right there.
That's because John, he really does hold the beat down. You know, you take John out of the picture, take John Safar out of the equation of Glass Harp. There is no Glass Harp. That's how I always felt. John is really, in my opinion, he's the star of the show until Dan starts singing and playing his bass, and then all of a sudden you got another star in your hands.
And then Phil starts singing and playing, and now you got 3 people that are stars of the show.
Well, you know what? It was really great to have the support of Chris and the horn players and, you know, the
did, and we had Jeff Bremer here earlier, and Jeff was a big part in getting it all going from the symphony through you guys and getting everything. I mean, that takes, people don't realize how much work that is.
Yeah. It's a lot of work putting it together, especially when you're arranging the music for the readers.
Right.
I mean, we're always playing by the seat of our pants, flying by the seat of our pants with our musicianship, the three of us, over all these years. We still don't know how to read enough music. I'm lost in it, even with a hymn book.
I tell you, I wish I could be that lost. Because you do such a tremendous job with it. I mean, you really do. And I know you're a very humble person. I'm just telling you from like a listener standpoint again. It's just, and I use the word magical because that's the only way I can sum it up. It's watching you is magical, watching John and Dan. And I've known John many, 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 many years. And it's just...
Hey, John. It's John. Here we are.
Yeah, we're dating years here.
You are?
but John is a tremendous drummer and singer, and just he's an all-around guy. You guys are just a great group of guys, and I'm so glad that we've got another concert coming up.
Well, we really appreciate, being here and being able to play together. It's great to be playing with Phil and Dan. Of course, I'm not as good as I am with them as anywhere else, so I don't know. But that's great with Y-103 and doing all the great things, showing the interest in our music, and it's been really good, Smoke. You and Mr. Sports, Lynn Davis, and all them good people. So.
Well, it's tremendous, and like I said, we're all looking forward to it to happen again, and it's just going to be great.
Well, it's going to happen again. Just hopefully keep the tape recorders at home.
Yeah. No more pressure. No more pressure.
Yeah, you guys, and the funny, for those of you that did not know this, you had no intentions of doing a CD in the last
I think we were going to record it just to kind of have a reference, just like we did before when we were up in Civic Theater in Akron.
You never know. You might get something good on it. And of course, before we started playing last October, I was pretty sure that I wasn't going to be making a performance that would be recorded. I mean, that would be usable. But by grace, it turned out well.
Well, I can tell you the day after the concert, we already started receiving phone calls. Did they record it? That they're going to release it? So, I mean, everybody that came to the concert wanted to see that happen. And you can tell by the line of people, it's been continuous since around noon. And people have not, well, this is the first opportunity I've had to talk. Had I not talked to you, John, before the show, before people started coming today, this is the first we've talked. And Phil, if I wouldn't have caught Phil walking in the door, this is for the past 3.5 hours, it's been a steady line of people.
Yeah, it has. Ran out of CDs here, huh?
Yeah, so that's what I mean. There's a lot of love for this group in this area, and people are glad you're back, and you're going to be playing another show.
Yeah. I'd like to say another special thanks to Teddy Pantalis, who supported us with arrangements, helping out John, and playing guitar on some of the tracks. And thank you, Teddy. Love you, buddy.
Yeah, Teddy did a great job.
Yeah.
Put a lot of effort into this, and like Phil said, worked on a lot of those little solos there. Only one person we know could figure those out. That was Teddy. So.
Yeah, Teddy was great. Jeff Bremer, what a guy, huh?
Oh, he's tremendous.
Yeah.
Tremendous guy. But I will tell you guys, I want to thank you for stopping by, but I will say this. You're not leaving this building. I have pictures with you guys and everything. I've got some stuff I want you to sign for me.
Okay, guys.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I know. John's not going to do it.
John, I'll get my pad out. You got it, man.
Okay.
Hey, John Sylvain and Phil Kiggy and of course Dan Pecchio is walking around talking to people. Well, thank you so very much. And of course, we'll be talking to you before the show too in July.
Yeah.
And that's only 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away.
Actually, it'll be it's next Sunday, a week from Sunday.
Oh, geez, I'm losing track of time.
So,
But anyway,
July 1st at Stanlock.
Powers Auditorium. You can still get tickets, so keep that in mind. Thank you again, Phil. Thank you. Get some rest.
All right, Smokin' Joe.
Thanks, Smokin' Bill.
You always want to call me Smokin' Joe.
I don't know why.
Because I look like the boxer.
It's that red
Maybe
place.
that's what that is.
Someone's going to beat me up if we don't finish signing these things.
Okay, well, we're done, so.
They don't want my autograph again. I've already signed 3 of the same autograph.
Well, again, Phil Kagan,
Okay, here you go.
Dan Pecchio, John Safar, thank you very much.
Thank you, Smoke. As always, you guys have done this.
Love you, Smoking Sports.
Live,
Love you guys.
We got more classic rock and roll coming up on the 103.
live, back to you.
Okay, thank you.